Can you pinpoint the first time you ever felt jealous of someone or a thing? The reason I ask this is because I remember the first time that I ever felt jealous. I had to go back to when I thought I first felt this emotion and when I became conscious of this emotion. And the first thing that came to mind was when I was in kindergarten. One of my classmates came in with a pencil case holder that was Mickey Mouse themed, and she had like these erasers, pencils, pens. She had a little notebook, and she was showing the whole class. And I remember being so jealous of that. That was the first moment, or at least from what my mind remembers, of me being jealous of someone. And that jealousy actually led to me actually stealing her pencil case holder as a 5-year-old. And I ended up getting in trouble for that and having to apologize. And I remember my mom finding out and getting in trouble by my mom. And that situation actually created so much shame for me. And the reason why I chose to bring that up is because you could see where that negative emotion actually caused more harm, and it also led to me having more shame and more low self-esteem. So one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this subject is because it's something that a lot of us experience, especially in this day and age on social media. We see people living these crazy lives that seem unattainable, and it can stir up feelings of jealousy. You can, even day to day, sometimes you can be triggered by things. You're driving in your car, you might see a Bentley or a nice BMW or some type of car, and it might trigger emotions in you that you're not doing enough, and that this person may be more lucky than you, or this person might have a better life than you. And so this is one of the reasons why I wanted to address the jealousy in me. It's because I wanted to feel more powerful. I feel like jealousy can make you feel weak. It allows you to take your power away from yourself, and you in a way give your power to someone else unknowingly. And so when I first started wanting to heal from jealousy, one of the first things I did was try to pinpoint when I first felt that emotion. And it came back to that Mickey Mouse pencil case holder. And I feel like throughout our society, a lot of times, even in relationships, jealousy can sometimes be pedestalized in a way. Being jealous of your partner, sometimes even glorified through friendship. Being jealous if your friend is friends with another friend, which is all stems from insecurity. And so for me, I wanted to challenge myself and take a step back. And when I do have those emotions, figure out better ways of dealing with that emotion. For example, I'm married, and one day we were at the park, and there was this woman there. She had this huge booty, big tits, and I remember, if I wasn't as healed as I was now, I feel like I would have eternalized that, and it would have triggered me to feel a certain way. But instead, now that I've healed a lot, one thing that I do now when it comes to ways in which I feel jealous over other people, I ask myself, okay, what about this person is making me jealous? If I ask myself that question first, why is this person triggering me, right? A few things will come to mind. Well, this person's nicely shaped. She has a nice butt, nice boobs. And then I have to ask myself, what about me? What can I change about me in order to attain this? I'm not saying that I need to be this person, but I am saying that if this person's causing me to feel a bit triggered, what areas in my life can I work at looking better? And what came to my attention was, okay, I've gained some weight. Maybe I need to get in the gym more. This woman is reflecting back to me that I need to possibly get in the gym to look better. Maybe I need to do some squats. Maybe I need to do some weightlifting. Maybe I need to eat more protein to get a bigger butt. Maybe I need to do some exercises centered around my boobs to get perkier boobs. I know some people get plastic surgery, but, these are all things that I could do to make myself feel better instead of projecting on this person and projecting on my partner, and because I'm feeling insecure about this person. I realized that we've been using jealousy wrong. When I really started healing myself, I realized that we've been using jealousy wrong. Jealousy was never meant for us to tear down the person that's making us feel triggered. It was never meant for us to hate this person. It was always meant for us to look at this person and see how we can be better. This person's causing me pain. Why? Because I want to be better. That's what we really should be asking ourselves. And that's honestly something that's actually helped me heal and not project on other people and not take my insecurities out on the world. Jealousy also shows up in our friendships and can ruin friendships. I had a situation with a friend that I got really close to when I first moved to a new state. I got really close to this girl. We were hanging out all the time, and I got invited to a get-together with her other extended friends. And one of the friends actually brought this other girl who was also new to a group like me. We were both new to the city, new to the state, and both in a way looking for new friendships. And me and her ended up connecting that night and exchanging phone numbers. And she wanted to invite me out with her boyfriend to go to some party. And she only invited me out of the friend group. Did I know that this could lead to some negative feelings? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, we're all grown women. And so it's not my responsibility or hers to self-soothe adults in their jealousy. Did I think it would cause jealousy? No. Did I think it was going to ruin my friendship with my other friend? Absolutely not. I honestly thought that she would be able to self-regulate herself, but that's not what ended up happening. Jealousy actually ended up ruining our friendship. I ended up telling her that me and the girl hung out, and she seemed fine at first, but then over time, she ended up coming to me and telling me that she felt betrayed, and she didn't understand why I didn't tell her right off bat. Mind you, we're grown individuals. I don't have to tell another grown woman my every move and everything that I do, but I just feel like that's another form of where jealousy rears its ugly head. This woman is acting irrational to two other women wanting to be friends and wanting to connect. And this is the problem that I have with jealousy. It can ruin so much for all of us. It's ruined so many things for me, but at the same time, I've learned a lot of lessons about jealousy over the years. I've seen the way that it's caused me shame. I see the way that it's knocked me down. And that's one of the main reasons why I needed to work on it. And I hope that by me sharing these, my own circumstances, that I'm helping someone out there that's possibly feeling the same way.
Friends. So your friend got a better job than you? Damn it. Oh God, I'm gonna smile and say, yeah, that's great, but deep down, oh shit. What a jerk. He probably didn't really deserve it. He probably got there by some nefarious means, etc. Instead of going through that envy process, in which you don't admit that it's envy, you think that it's just because he's a bad person, go through the opposite and go train yourself to be happy for other people's success. You won't believe what a great relief it is and how it'll help you, benefit you therapeutically in your mind in general. To be happy, to celebrate other people's success. It's a very wonderful, great human quality that you have to develop because it doesn't come naturally to you.
I love this video because it's so simple, yet there's so many gems that were dropped. When he mentioned that it's not something that comes natural, it isn't. And I think that's why there's so much jealousy in the world, because it's unregulated negativity. And a lot of us aren't taught to regulate ourselves when it comes to jealousy. We don't see the ways in which we give our power away to people. one thing that actually helped me that I didn't realize was when I moved from another state to the current state that I'm in, I ended up living in an area that was very, very wealthy. I am not that wealthy, but I intentionally wanted to surround myself with wealthy people, not because I have some form of worship of money or anything like that, but I just feel like wealthier people tend to be more creative, and also I feel like not necessarily creative, but I feel like they're manifestors, if anything. I would say, because anyone can be creative, but I would say they're bigger manifestors. And what I mean by that is one thing that helped me train myself in being happy for others. Used to be this guy when I lived in my old building. There was this guy that drove this yellow Mercedes. I don't know. It was a very exotic looking Mercedes. You could tell the car was probably like 6 figures or more, and it was like this beautiful color of yellow. You can tell he might have had it custom made or whatever. And I remember I could see him, like I was working from home at this time, and I could see him leaving for work and coming back because my desk was towards the window. And sometimes I would actually look forward to seeing him come home because I don't know, he just looked so carefree and happy. Like when he's leaving for work, he'd have the top up, but then when he's coming home, he'll have the top down, he'll have his little suit on, and he just looks so carefree. And I remember practicing being intentionally happy for strangers who are able to manifest things that they want. And every time I saw him, I would intentionally feel good for him, feel happy for him that he was able to manifest something that he really wanted. It clearly makes him happy. It brings some form of pride to him. He's going to work, doing whatever he does at work, and leaving in this car that he manifested for himself. I remember there was a barbershop next door, and I remember this guy getting out the car. He had this beautiful teal colored Bronco, the new Broncos with the big rims. And I don't really like those cars, but I do see why other people do like those cars. But I do love that teal blue color. And I remember he got out of his car and he had this teal blue outfit on that matched the Bronco. And I just remember being so happy for him because it was like, oh my God, like his car matches his outfit. And it was just a moment of gratitude for seeing someone being able to manifest the things that they want, being able to match to his possible dream car, and little things like that, being happy for others who are able to manifest things that they want. It just does something to you. It makes you feel so good. I don't think people realize how good it feels to be happy for others. It literally is just an amazing feeling, and it becomes addicting once you really start practicing it, because you actually start feeling like a better person, when you're out being jealous of others, you're always triggered. You're always in this negative space, and you're giving your power away to these people when you do that. And so it's just important to try and practice gratitude. Whenever you see something that triggers you, ask yourself, what about this person is triggering me? What about this situation is triggering me? And I'm telling you, your mind will tell you what it is. And the best thing you could do is work on it and do better. Jealousy is just a foundation of your mind trying to tell you that you want more and you want better. It's not for you to project or to look down or find fault in that person that's triggering you. Use that as a source of power. Use that as a source of finding the map to your own happiness. But anyways, thank you for listening.